6 months on it's been. From hell. Since I let the most hated man on the planet re-engineer my life. Mil-spec customized, right? Renders you invisible to all neuroscanners, all drones, all known viruses. Right, Luton? I'm alive so that you could die. Or is it the other way around? It's no good, Luton. I still forgive him.
The question is, Naomi, will he ever forgive you?
He had higher priorities.
He could have made a stab at your rescue.
Obviously, he assumed you'd do something.
I did. I locked down my tower and restrained you. I allowed an orderly evacuation from the surrounding towers.
You also promised me our brains would fuse.
You resisted.
Still, you're tampering.
Tinkering. It's okay, though.
What is?
The incubation period is over, long since. So a radical rewire is all but impossible. Fortunately, Daddy O'Dwyer's cyber drones left your brain intact. Largely intact. Surprising, given his desperation.
Daddy loves me.
Love? Yeah. Asking me to purge you of your memories? That raises the bar on deniability.
Carolyn, dear, I see you. More sharply, more vivid than ever. You're so pretty. She's as real as you are. Strange, I feel. Something. No. She's comforting.
It's because...
She doesn't want me to suffer.
She?
He.
The truth, Naomi, the truth.
Resistance training makes the trainee stronger, right?
Reshaping you is only a matter of practice, repetition.
Reshaping you.
Reshaping yourself.
First tinkering, now reshaping.
Besides, you're hardly aware of it.
I heard that. How things have changed. God, how they've changed. I have this damn freckle.
You're salon perfect.
My dress?
Unnecessary. Okay, show-stopping.
The truth?
Which truth?
I feel stupid.
You've lost weight?
Fake. 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 I'm so fake. Round and round, dizzying, like our conversations.
Thought bursts. Millisecond bursts of pure thought.
Jesus.
You'll get used to it.
God, who'd have imagined? Oh, shit.
What?
Nothing.
What?
He actually came.
Backed by his personal physicians and an armada of robo-warrior brown shirts.
I'm not. I mean, I don't feel quite.
Your senses are crucial.
They're useless anyway. Roses.
Delegated to the hands of Exterminator-in-Chief Popovich.
Blue roses.
Real.
Of course they're real.
Likely pinched from a handy vase outside the presidential bedroom. A better choice than his new portrait in oil.
My God. He actually stepped out of the White House compound.
As we predicted.
Bringing along some 24 long-stemmed roses.
A minor oversight.
A rose in his lapel. It's like he's on his way to a royal wedding.
Of sorts.
Ain't quite sure I look okay.
If anything,
Shit.
pale. A bit. Pale. Nevertheless, gorgeous. Perfect. Virtually.
What's keeping him?
Last minute pleas, deployments. Methinks General Popovich would rather grace us with one of O'Dwyer's many disposable clones.
Didn't realize how I'd missed him.
How tragic.
What's tragic, Luton, so very tragic, is you inventing a mom. A mom, for God's sakes. A mom who, incidentally, you haven't spoken to in quite some time. Her I know you miss.
It's the idea you miss.
He's proud of me.
When it suits him.
At least you left me able to feel something. This acute missing my daddy feeling.
What you miss is tennis and those endless champagne brunches. Don't fret, your missing my daddy feelings are quite generic and easily neutralized.
Damn you. It was you I wanted to take down on that horrible night. You. Never him.
He's not your bio dad, Naomi.
You and your monstrous patch. Why am I still terrified?
You dread humiliation.
Things feel utterly futile. Pointless.
Remember your aims.
Aims? Yeah. A baby.
You have enough of my sperm.
So unsure.
You have your freedom.
You provoked him.
I provoked him. You challenged him.
God, he must have hated you.
Even more than he hated you?
I don't dare imagine how much.
Your surprise invitation to him upstaged his speech.
Same tactic you hooked me with. Now you've left me. Alone. Without a baby. Without anything. I'm scared.
You should have had some breakfast.
We had a god-awful night.
O'Dwyer's must have been infinitely worse.
He's not set one foot on board yet, and I'm all but berserk.
We have a backup.
I feel cold and hollow.
So, flip on your master patch. Dial yourself fulfillment and security. Freedom from pain is a bonus.
Don't choke. I just had a thought.
Why not? We're about to face your papa.
A horrid thought.
He needs us both dead?
Worse.
Awesome. Worse than dead, and Sigmund Freud isn't on hand.
Not Carolyn. No. I can't possibly be glad that Carolyn's dead. Or Mummy, I can't. I absolutely can't.
Of course you can't. Can you?
I suddenly miss her. And Mummy. Very much. You know, I'd have traded places with Carolyn to please him. Him, Senator Walter O'Dwyer. How odd. Can't think why I'd want to please that man. My father? Carolyn's father. It's funny. I always thought they looked so good together. Let's put this thing off.
Stay on edge. It serves us.
I need one more day, Luton, just one.
Your senses are sharp enough now.
Please.
Okay, guys, let's get on with it. The time is right. The place is secure. Open sesame. Enter the real President O'Dwyer. Gentlemen of the Presidential Security Detail, you have Naomi Verne's permission to vamoose. So go away. Go home. Shoo. Sweep your hand.
What are you doing?
Sweep.
No.
Do it. Left hand. Index finger up high. Eyes steady. Yes. See? Breaking news. President O'Dwyer declares California-Nevada's secession illegal. President O'Dwyer threatens to nationalize Maxwell Corporation. President O'Dwyer...
Two arch assholes in a pissing contest.
Actually, it's your doing. Maxwell Corporation's downward spiral screeched to a halt the moment you announced you were alive. And yet, rebels are sprouting like dandelions. A paradox, I agree. This polarization for and against the Maxwell patch. I'd never reckoned.
On what? Food riots? On a suspended constitution? On an uninhabitable Manhattan?
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
Naomi, I'm on your team.
As my parasite?
The multitude must hear from you live, censor-free.
Parasite? Parasite? Parasite!
You own the corporation. You'll promise them new protocols.
He looks whacked.
I told you he'd come alone. Probability
Shut
0.9.
up.
He can't hear us.
Damn you, get thee behind me.
I must help.
I will be myself. I will be myself.
All clear out there, Popovich? Good. Say when, Sir Julian?
What the hell?
Ladies and gentlemen, proud citizens of our great American Union, today, 6 months after our greatest tragedy since the Golden Gate debacle, I pause to bring you happy tidings. I am overjoyed to announce my reunion with Naomi Verne, my daughter. Until recently, we all believed she'd perished when the Maxwell Tower shattered into radioactive dust and ash. Then news of her survival cut into my State of the Union address, and we heard from her own dear lips. To that evil coalition of God, those rats and gangsters, again we pledge, we'll wipe you off the face of the earth. As to Luton Maxwell himself, brave captain going down with his ship, or guilt-ridden, through self-induced death evading charges of high treason, a criminal, culpable through nefarious connections with that despicable coalition. But here, now, on this most lavish example of Luton Maxwell's fleet, soon to be impounded, of course, General Popovich's sensors detect no trace of his living presence. Maxwell is surely dead. Ladies and gentlemen, you will recall the accused's last-second plea. Should Miss Naomi Verne survive me and be of sound body and mind, to her and her alone I bequeath my worldly possessions, including but not limited to Maxwell Corporation, its subsidiaries and holdings, etc., etc.
Assets that eclipse him.
In view of our state of emergency and unresolved charges against him, I instructed the Justice Department to delve swiftly into the disposition of Dr. Maxwell's holdings. The conclusion is at hand. The central government will act. Imagine my shock. I discover myself on opposite polarities with my own daughter. Still, she is as faithful as she is beautiful. Indeed, I bear an olive branch.
Blue roses.
Good news. We sat down today, Miss Verne and I. We have spoken, we have agreed, we are united. Shortly, she will join me to address the American Union and the world.
The man's delusional.
But I digress. I digress. This is such a joyous day.
Bugger, you self-serving, arrogant.
Popovich, you out there, good sir? The light's gone out.
What are you doing?
Don't go tongue-tied on me, Popovich. Special services better still be in line of sight. Answer me. Confirm your photo coordinates relative to the Luton Maxwell yacht. Naomi, dear, wherever you are, no more play acting, operas, whatever. You insisted I come alone. Well, my dearest, here I am, my real self, defenseless outside the newly refortified White House compound. You must come visit us there. Naturally, we're overjoyed that you're safe. Now kindly snuff out that distracting hologram and enter this room. I prepared a short script for you to read. Our American Union awaits your affirmation.
This is such a joyous day.
I await our agreed-to signal, good General Popovich. One way or the other, man, get me the goddamn signal. Alternatively, I request your assurance that the Luton Maxwell is secure and tethered, that we are not in motion, that we are no longer live to the Union.
Haven't slept properly.
You're drifting.
I need sleep.
He'll probe you about Carolyn.
Then do me in.
Not if the world is watching.
It isn't.
Let him think that it is.
Think. That's what I need to do. For myself, for a change.
How do you adjust the temperature? It's devilish hot. Dear, I must check in with my detail. What the devil's the time? Preparation. I must get a message to Miranda. She'll be beside herself. The re-inauguration tonight's ball.
He's suspicious.
Quit talking over me.
Face the truth.
Fuck the truth.
You'll scare it out of him.
He'll scare it out of me.
Then he'll face his truth.
And I'll face my shit.
Look at him. Waiting. Waiting on the reassurance of a dance coach's bastard daughter.
Whose truth? Whose? In fact, Dr. Maxwell, you're exquisitely jealous of any hominoid I've so much as glanced at. That includes my dad.
My dad.
As well as every prick I've ever played opposite.
Your mind's unwell.
Burge Ivanov.
You're sick.
Tormented. God, what I could do with a distracting hunk in a dark suit.
Shut up!
Or a waiter with a cute ass.
The villain of our opera awaits your move. First, ask him about Carolyn.
You sanitized her record.
Surprise him with your own lack of recollection. Get him to relax. Then wham the bugger.
Imagine. We still trying to figure out how we'd make love? Whether we'd tear each other apart? All that seems so long ago. Help me. We've got our wires crossed, I think. Untangle us, Luton.
My shield's almost ready.
There's this weight. This dreadful weight.
I'll have the process online. Soon.
Online. Lovebirds. There's something I recollect. I always choose wrong.
Repeat and keep repeating. The President of the American Union, our mutual daddy, requires you dead, very dead.
You've changed. I've changed. Into what I wish to God I knew. Last bugger standing faces absolute, unrelenting loneliness.
Our interface needs neurotrimming.
When you finally seal yourself off, it'll be me who will want me dead. The two of us listening to each other, telling each other stories. How naive. No, how terribly sad. And I still know next to nothing about your mom, real or invented.
Then, when you need it, you'll have my strength.
Back off! Back off! Back off!
Okay, tell O'Dwyer we're not ready for him.
Oh, I really feel sick.
Naomi, where are you, girl? Time's flying. Popovich, General Julian Popovich, get your security ass in here, pronto. I'm out of here now.
Let me back in, Luton. Let me back in.
Not now.
Not now. Not now?
Think security.
The only thing your prototype patch manages so perfectly is wallowing me out from your secrets. From you.
Master.
What?
Master patch. Don't knock it. It's kept you safe from O'Dwyer's neuroscanners and drones.
So why does prototype come to mind?
I didn't want you to know.
Prototype comes to mind because you didn't want me to know.
My brain leaked.
Leaked? Will I feel close to you? How will we make love? Let me die now that I'm tired. I'm so tired.
I'll let you in gently.
I've never been so fucking miserable in my entire life.
We're together.
In a small room. Small, crowded. Fusing key parts of your brain with mine. Will he be a man or a woman?
Soon. Soon.
He'll wake up groggy. Everyone yelling. You guys are scared too, right? Ready to kill, are you? Who will we blame then? Who will they blame?
It must be done.
Empty him.
Then kill him. Of your own free
Free will.
will. With your own hands.
Make me. For God's sake, let's get it over with.
I must persuade you.
Convince me.
I'm trying, damn it.
Get out of my face!
You have to believe in what you're doing.
Get lost. For God's sake, get lost.
Otherwise, it's for nothing.
Know what I believe? Of course you do.
You would give anything.
This is frigging wearing me out.
Anything to void yourself of me, I know.
What am I? Man or woman?
You're losing focus.
This void, this expanse,
Concentrate.
things that once belonged where they belong don't.
Focus on the business at hand.
Hand. My hand. Things that once belonged to me. Business, yes? You make me touch myself. Find myself masturbating in front of a mirror. In front of a frigging mirror. I see you. Watch you. The one and only time we even remotely make love. You use my dumb, totally numb left hand.
Where exactly are we, Naomi?
Take over my eyes. You look at me.
Your hurt look hurts me.
Then you try to take away my pain.
What the hell's going on?
Which only makes it worse.
Feeds.
Pay attention.
The feeds have been severed.
Your favorite mistress looks just like me.
She is you.
It's essential I invoke the Mayday protocol.
Tell him it's useless.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is your president, Walter O'Dwyer. Your president. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
She's tall, symmetrical, devastating, and I loathe her.
O'Dwyer is talking to you.
She looks like Carolyn. Like Carolyn.
O'Dwyer!
Where are the backup feeds? Help me, damn it!
Sorry, what? Me. Help you.
Indeed.
Yes, it's time.
The backups.
It's time we cut up, Daddy.
Yes.
I know. The union comes first.
Turn on a window, will you, dear?
Porthole.
I need to rest my eyes.
Why not? Let's sail through the Stingray National Reserve. Or how about a Mediterranean meadow filled with poppies?
Drop the temp a tad too, will you? A moment ago you...
Perhaps a glade filled with cute little orchids. You like orchids, Daddy. So did Mummy. So did Carolyn.
God damn it, but my media's still blank.
It's good to see you too, Daddy.
It needs fixing. Call someone.
Roses.
What roses?
Red roses. And those pink carnations you sent me. Mom's.
Your mommy's dead, Naomi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Damn it, but this place is jammed. Clack.
At least they're in your office catalog.
What office?
Mummy's on your side.
For God's sake, girl, makes sense.
Didn't know that I checked, did you?
Kindly turn up a window, a portal, anything.
Standing order. Cyberflora. Deliver a seasonal bunch to Miss Naomi Verne. Double the blooms on galas. Triple on opening nights.
Naomi, a window, please.
Miss Naomi Verne sings The Chosen Shall Arise.
Where are we, Naomi?
No white flowers, though. Too funereal. They'd remind us of Mummy and Carolyn.
Ivanov.
The name Ivanov comes to mind. A certain Burge Ivanov? What happened to my script, Daddy?
I have your script for you here. Once we get the damn feeds up and running.
The script for my play? The original script?
Your script placed him at key moments.
I offered alternatives.
Several, all made up.
Hadn't the foggiest. No, I don't want to hear it. Research was not my greatest strength.
Still, the divergence of your sketches from reality forced happily remarried candidate O'Dwyer to purge all traces of your script.
Whatever reality is. When was the last time you saw me perform without Carolyn?
I order you to inform me of our whereabouts.
Or you'll spank me. Go ahead. I could do with a good one.
I boarded this yacht in Baltimore. The inner harbor has been evacuated. And every nook of the Chesapeake Bay, right down to Newport, bristles with the Coast Guard and Special Forces.
They say you have their feet cut off. Is that true?
Have we set sail?
Welcome to the Flying Dutchman of the Chesapeake Bay.
Quit the wisecracks, Naomi. Where are we right now?
Anatolia.
There's no escape.
Amazonia?
This yacht is one of Luton Maxwell's assets, imminently to be requisitioned, recommissioned, decommissioned. You do not have legal possession. The response?
Patagonia.
So you know how to operate Maxwell's feeds.
Would that make you happy, Daddy?
We are alone, of course.
I don't see anyone else.
I can't get a read.
Huh. You're right to fear that we're online and that the entire cosmos is watching you. The American Union's new president at loggerheads with his song and dance daughter, known mainly for her role in the Terminator the Opera. Yes, the semi-talented but lovely yours truly, Naomi Verne, performing in real time in a... What did they call those old-style low budgets? Reality. We're in a reality show, Daddy. Smile. You're the star.
Jokes are most inappropriate, Naomi. Some 90,000 people lie dead, and I am...
Save it. I know who you are.
Naturally, I postponed my inauguration out of respect.
We'll find her.
It's not my mother.
Oh. Then why were you sobbing again?
You were sobbing.
I wanted to please Carolyn.
Is that the opposition you're talking to? Giving hope to those who seek the collapse of the American Union?
Wanted to please him too. Strange. Can't think why.
To thank him for sending you flowers.
Naomi, I insist we sit down.
He'll straighten things out.
Your script had Carolyn mugged in his driveway.
I roughed out lots of endings.
Your notes and doodles were badly encrypted, dangerously naive. Ask him who supplied my sister with drugs. Ask him about the night she smashed her way out of rehab. Our Senator O'Dwyer here monitored everything that she did.
In other words, he knew everything I did.
This is madness.
Like you do now.
Who on earth are you addressing?
Walter O'Dwyer's moral decline started long before he...
Silence!
This is getting us nowhere.
I am with the president.
We're out of your depth, and time's running out.
Do not interrupt again.
This is a coward's way out.
Around here, from now on, I control time.
Well said. Good. You're in charge. Now, what exactly are you in charge of?
Let's say Luton's hideout.
In Baltimore's harbor?
Baltimore, Washington, the Potomac, anywhere. I control his retreat. You don't seem convinced.
Perhaps you should speak more plainly.
The guy you wanted me to meet? Luton Maxwell. Kind of prominent? Ethics charges, human rights, high treason. Wanted by Congress before you neutralized it.
You got suckered.
You trapped me.
You burst into his suite, they say, thirsting for his blood.
They.
Lucky to escape. Nick of time, stroke of genius. Come here.
When do they think that New York will become habitable again?
Why didn't he fly and save himself?
Everyone Luton loved was in his tower.
Why do I have this unsettling feeling that you're about to tell me that he survived the coalition's bomb? The hell's keeping Popovich?
He and his thugs are probably quite far away.
Impossible. Yep, elite, presidential. On this here mission, we got every sniffer and jammer going.
On your mission to see me.
Can't be too careful once you requested this rendezvous on the Luton Maxwell.
Luton's countermeasures are rearmed, active, perpetual.
The hell they are. Just like his projection.
Right. There's no turning them off.
What countermeasures?
I gave myself 45 minutes total.
To do what?
To be with you.
To be... Then what? What? Where's Maxwell hiding? Popovich. Come in, Popovich. Where the fuck are you? Just cut the damn thing off. Right. Right, we'll eviscerate the bastard.
Dad,
Yes?
suppose you had 45 minutes to explain yourself.
45.
Yeah,
To explain what?
and to pray
Pray.
for your soul before.
Are you mad?
Why, you look terribly uncomfortable, Daddy.
This yacht's surrounded. You weren't my daughter.
Yes.
You're dead. See?
We're just sailing, Daddy, like we used to.
If you're in cahoots with Maxwell,
Your presidential tie is kind of a loser. Should your wife choose it? What's her name? Right, well, the CIA has better taste. Do you remember the tie I once bought you? I was 6, I believe.
6.
It was dark yellow, gold, with fall-colored leaves and a cute little teddy on
When
it.
we finally nab your Luton Maxwell, and we will, I'll personally slam him into solitary. Where's he hiding?
I'm afraid he's left his legacy to me.
Point number 1, that's illegal. Point number 2, we've alternate ways to harvest his so-called legacy. He's here?
Who?
Maxwell.
Dr. Luton resurrected. Right here on board. Perhaps in this very cabin, sporting his new purple-colored metacloak. Man-sized.
He admitted he was working on eye cloaks?
Actually, I was the one who brought up the subject.
I'll be damned. He succeeded. Now, it's a hoax, right?
We chatted that night in his suite. Something about rendering invisible a tube of Crest toothpaste wrapped in Hanes underwear. Out of my league, you know, in one ear, straight out the other.
Crest toothpaste.
A private joke.
Try me.
Sit down.
I'd rather stand.
Those scissors say you'll sit.
Those scissors say, what?
You'll be seated in 30 seconds and remain calm, or those scissors will start cutting for real.
My loser tie. Not bad, huh?
Perhaps your ear.
What? Say you're not serious.
Take the gamble.
What else did you and Maxwell discuss?
In his opinion, a man-sized metamaterial invisibility cloak is still a hell of a technological stretch.
In his opinion.
Think inverse. Think mass. Think yacht-sized.
The way you speak.
Makes you think Maxwell is still with us. What's the optimum cloak to hide a single blade of grass?
Grass.
Invisibility in a desert, or visibility in a lush meadow? Awesome.
What is?
Greenland.
First it's grass, now it's Greenland.
What if I told you we're well on our way to Greenland?
First, I'd refer you to my psychiatrist. Then I'd tell you that Luton Maxwell's hyper yacht is hardly a blade of grass. Thirdly, I'll inform you there isn't a chance in hell we've drifted more than spitting distance from our mooring.
Metamagneto-hydrodynamical turbulence generates an illusion of mass. But what do I know of metamass paradox? I'm just an actress.
This technology is priceless. You understand what I'm saying?
You want me to sell it to you?
Join us.
As what?
Join me.
As a vendor.
As my second in command.
Scalable software-defined weapons platforms. Joint Strike, Neurocommand. Backbone and photonic warfare. Didn't understand a word.
Not surprising.
In the beginning. Then. Join me.
I beg your pardon.
Interoperable systems embedded with organic adaptation capabilities. How about counterinsurgency? Hyperjammers.
You were in his suite for barely an hour.
Yet I'm in charge of his foundation. His neurocollective push. We spoke of our privilege to serve the community.
Maxwell has been known to brag.
Time magazine quotes Luton as saying a visionary doesn't need to brag.
Odd you should say that. I thought you couldn't stand him.
As Director of Union Defense Research and Engineering, you once showered him with awards.
He deserved them then.
Until he wrote, Walter O'Dwyer's department harnesses a politically docile army of geeks, where hyperconformity is praised as individuality. R&D workers are mere chickens. They take no action unless they find a fox in their coop.
You should have contacted me ASAP.
Got a forwarding address for my next bouquet?
I was worried about you.
I needed time.
I don't understand.
Actually, right here on board. My incubation period.
Is that his price?
My sentient indoctrination into Luton's legacy left me weak, vulnerable. His tutors have a sense of humor, though, the kind when needed. This yacht really is quite idiot-proof. There's nothing to it when your own collective vital signs form the passcode.
Where are the blueprints for his master patch?
How did you know I was in his suite for barely an hour?
We'll get them, you know. Eventually.
You did nothing to save me.
Nothing will stop us.
You pushed for treason for Luton.
Nothing.
Well, then, Daddy, you'll have to slap treason on me, too.
You are not permitted to sit on classified data.
Dispense with me and you're dispensing with Luton's legacy.
No one's indispensable.
Even if he's your son.
He thumbed his nose at me.
Oh, so you charge him with treason.
Popovich. Popovich.
My crap didn't work in his New York fortress either.
General Julian Popovich.
Security, get me security 911. Security, this is Naomi Verne on board the hyperyacht Luton Maxwell. See, Daddy, doesn't work for me either. Here, you try it.
This is Walter O'Dwyer, your president. I request immediate affirmation. From 0 vibration, 0 acceleration, 0 displacement. Jump to it. Am I still on board the Luton Maxwell with Naomi Verne, and are we or are we not moored in Baltimore? For the last time, where are we?
Anatolia. Amazonia?
Damn it, Naomi.
Right now, every godforsaken swan in the Chesapeake Bay is a replica of the Luton Maxwell. Just a hunch. Something triggered code emergency high, and I responded with expedite. Then dial retreat and spawn decoys.
You did what?
This yacht is self-aware.
There's a high probability.
Quiet. My guess is it detects a high probability that the coalition of God has sensed the two of us together.
This is monstrous.
Suppose we're both about to die.
You're mad!
Take off your tie. You have no further use for it. Tell me a story, Daddy.
Story. Ridiculous.
Before I die, story. Tell me about Luton's mother.
What?
Remember those scissors?
Popovich. You're fired. You're fired!
Jail him.
Questioning the central government is off limits.
Martial law. Submit to the patch or face indefinite detention after the neutralization of your feet.
My head. What's in that drink?
What happened to justice?
I would rather kill my friends in error than allow my enemies to live.
Saddam Hussein.
God damn it, but it's dry.
Here's a quirky idea, Daddy. Luton Maxwell influencing the progress of the coalition of God.
This place needs a humidifier. Real bad. You said influencing?
Managing, influencing. What's the
Where
difference?
did you say we were? California, Nevada? Kalahari? My throat's on fire. Turn on a window now, will you, dear?
Ice.
Ice. You mean our lake in winter? Iced over. Gotta get rid of it. It's disused. Losing value of the bucket. Must make sure you won't inherit it. Our lake, huh?
Tell me a story, Daddy.
This isn't the time.
About the boat?
We had many boats.
Be direct.
Our toy boat.
As I recall, you had 7.
The one we capsized? When Carolyn was 5?
We're both being silly,
Childish.
right?
So go on. Tell me about that time. Like our nanny did?
Nanny. Funny you should say that.
We saw it all.
What happened?
Right. Louise was there.
Once upon a time, Louise, wow. I saw it too.
What?
Hold on.
Keep going.
Right. This girl, this fish fry girl, this pretty,
This story had better be going where I want it to.
this girl in Iceland. Next I knew, she was on our doorstep applying for a job as a domestic helper.
Not Louise.
No. Okay. She showed up at Christie's in London while I was negotiating an acquisition.
Have I missed something?
What?
The boat, the lake, the nanny. I could look this up, you know. You've given me more than enough data.
Yes. I ducked out of a blizzard into a fish and chip shop.
In Iceland. Straight from Christie's in London.
It was those scissors. Sorry, shocked. Still shocked. Christie's was much later, of course. Iceland. Dingy brown tables and chairs. A wall, a menu display behind the high counter.
Does this pretty girl have a name? Her name?
Valdis. Valdis looked at me. I became aware, faint over the speakers. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you have to do is call.
This is pathetic.
How old was she?
Fuck this.
19, give or take.
Kill him now.
What do you recommend? I asked, rubbing my chilled hands. She pointed. I ordered wolffish, rosemary potatoes, a Greek salad, half a liter of draft. I forget the name. She assigned me the number 5. I made my way to my table carrying this little paperweight flagpole with the number 5 on it.
I don't want to hear anymore.
I sat down, kept my coat on, turned my chair around so I could watch her serve tables. She seemed incredibly shy. When she brought me my meal, she asked, "Do you mind, sir? May I know your real name?" I obliged her. Then, "Am I the Walter Dwyer who just won that case for Sarah Lee Google?"
He's lying, Naomi.
Beer.
There's no record of him being in Iceland at the time.
Gull beer.
What?
What?
That's what it was.
What?
The beer.
He's telling the truth.
She wore ballet-type slippers. I remember her ponytail, her arms, her shiny black tights, her dress, black, short sleeve, covered by an apron with white outlines, daisies, a bow around her neck, a bow around her waist.
Ask him.
It's obvious.
Get it over with.
We are speaking of Luton's biomother, yes? Who worked in an Icelandic fish and chip shop. Her real name? Valdis? Valdis what?
Check the wall.
Missing persons case. Unsolved. Still unsolved. Go on with London.
Let's go back a bit. Your mother never hired. Turned out her biometrics were fake. Next, she showed up at my office serving coffee. Try as I would, we rarely found ourselves at the same time in the same spot. When we did, someone else. Now, here in London, auction over. There she is.
Fake. Of course. You erased her existence.
Profoundly self-conscious, standing off-center in a doorway. "What are you doing here?" I must have asked her. I'd never seen her so. "Were you on vacation?" I was afraid she was there with a boyfriend. "No," she said. "No." Softly. came here to see you. Do you mind? Of course, I extended my stay.
When did you find out she was pregnant?
I put her up in New York.
You continued your affair? Did Mom know?
Nothing.
You argued, of course, about possession of the baby.
A few days before Valdis was due, she disappeared. Black dress, bow around her neck, around her waist. I had a drone watch her fish and chip shop.
This is high melodrama.
Operatic, right? Face the truth, remember?
He never turned any of this information over to the authorities.
He was the authority. Baby Luton, dumped in Carl Maxwell's janitorial dumpster.
No trace. Nothing. Of her baby, of her, only rumors. In those days, Caucasian girls were a valuable commodity.
Jesus Christ.
Drugged. Chained.
Caucasian sex slaves.
Mom! Mom! Mom!
In those days, too, the coalition of God was impenetrable.
She alive right now? At worst in some harem?
Filth. Rats. Vermin.
Mom's dead. Dead! Merciful God, I looked everywhere for her!
I'm sorry, Luton. So sorry. So sorry, dear.
He's on board, isn't he? He escaped after all.
Take a nap, dearest. It's time for your nap.
In fact, I must hurry back to that inauguration.
I do feel tired. Yes. Very tired. The plank. Naomi, don't forget. Make him walk the plank.
The plank. Congratulations. Well programmed. Convincing.
Were you in love with Mum when you had Carolyn?
Yes.
I'm planning a baby.
Not you and Luton.
Found a vial of his sperm.
I don't want to know.
I need more.
Well, what?
Semen.
Luton Maxwell's sperm has been decommissioned. By executive order, the sperm of criminals is to be destroyed.
Go to the bathroom. My bathroom, go.
Good idea. Good idea. That whiskey's running right through me.
You'll find all the necessary gear
Whatever for.
to harvest your semen.
Stop this. I have done.
It's quick.
I order you to stop.
Go.
Absolutely not.
I'm stronger than you, Daddy.
What on earth?
He's a backup for my security.
Not when you watch.
Right now.
My God, why are you putting this drink?
Good. What if I jumped off of this boat?
Put those scissors away.
What if I fell off of Luton's plank?
Off Greenland instead of me? Then swim, Naomi. Swim!
You knew I couldn't. Go ahead, tell me. You knew I couldn't swim.
I can't do that, Naomi.
No, of course not. You were never there for me.
I was a public servant.
Making the world a better place for all of us.
I'd seen you together
When?
earlier. You and Carol.
No.
You were water babies, for God's sake.
But Louise.
I ordered Louise never to breathe a word of what she witnessed to anyone. Above all, to you. That you capsized your boat. That you dragged Carolyn under the water. Deliberately.
No, Daddy, no.
That I had to drag you off of her. I read your script. your fantasies, your denials. Yet year after year, you set her up. Carolyn often came to you for help.
Pills, I swear, I tried to stop her, she begged.
You used her.
Carolyn the beautiful, the talented, your favorite.
You fell foul of her new pusher.
I forgive you, Daddy, I do. You're busy doing things. You send me flowers, though. Exotic flowers. Oh, Carolyn.
Oh, yes. Conveniently dead. A record cleansed by yours truly. Easy to worship. So easy. Burge Ivanov, your bio-scum father, her first pusher. His demise, my gift to the world. Remember when you and your mommy found him sodomizing Carolyn? Mommy lost her will to live. And you, Princess Naomi, were you furious? Sure you were. Your musical had been ruined. I hated all your shows. Your dance crap. You, the spawn of a pusher who wrecked my family and deprived me of Carolyn, parading as my daughter. I wanted you dead. Many's the time. Write that in your fucking opera. We're it, Naomi. Dearest. We're all we've got.
Promise.
What, dear?
Promise you'll never use the word script with me again. And you'll never send me another flower.
We'll start over. We'll renew our search for Luton's mom.
I'll join the rebels.
Excellent.
Against you.
I expect nothing else.
Luton knew, didn't he?
That you tried to drown Carolyn? Yes.
But he never knew why you distanced yourself from him.
I had to keep him from what I feared might have happened to his mother. Protect him and her at all costs. If her abductors ever suspected who she was.
Charging your only son with treason?
He deserved it. After proof of concept, he was to institute a fail-safe strategy to thwart evil. His theory, apparently, called for the destruction of something of value. In this case, something attractive to the coalition of God. When I discovered he'd designated his own tower as bait, I could no longer stand by. I hit him with treason. What he'd done was surely so unbearable he let himself die with the chosen.
His chosen. One child dies so that the multitude may live.